It's 7:30. Good morning, I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. The forced marriage of a 12-year-old girl and the hunter has prompted the federal government to introduce tougher penalties. Anyone who arranges a forced marriage will face up to 9 years jail instead of 7. Patterson MP Bob Baldwin says society will not tolerate very young girls being forced into marriage.
Well, in Australia, we have rules and laws at what age a person can enter into marriage. And we have rules against forced marriage. And those that wish to break those rules will pay the penalty. This is Australia, and Australian rules apply.
The parents of murdered Mayfield brothers Luke and Sam Willis are relieved their son's killer has lost a High Court appeal against his sentence. Christopher Philippou failed in his bid to have his murder convictions and 31-year jail sentence overturned after a lengthy court battle. Vicky Willis has told the Herald she can now put the legal process behind her once and for all and can finally start truly grieving. Anti-coal seam gas activists in the Hunter are taking their fight to state parliament today. There are concerns Dart Energy won't hand their exploration licence back to the government as part of a buyback program, putting water catchments from Lake Macquarie to Myall Lakes at risk. Chairman of the Fullerton Cove Residents Action Group, Lindsay Clout, says they're supporting a Greens bill to protect important drinking water catchments from CSG.
Well, we need to just bring this issue back up into the forefront so that our politicians understand that our area is still vulnerable and the people in our area are still active in campaigning against coal seam gas.
The state member for Port Stephens has launched a blistering attack on the local council and mayor. Kate Washington has accused council of functioning as an elite club with the interest of just one man and his mates at its rotten core. She's also used a speech in Parliament to make serious allegations about Bruce Mackenzie's behaviour. The mayor says the claims are fabricated. Newcastle, Wyong and Gosford councils have been accused of inflating their figures for zoned public urban space. Newcastle Council has claimed a dramatic increase in publicly zoned land, with an increase of almost 1,000%. Total Environment Centre Executive Director Jeff Angel says the councils have included land controlled by other bodies.
This is about the open spaces that make suburbs livable, because you can go there and relax and have a bit of time out. That's the open space that the Office of Local Government is interested in, but these councils have inflated their figures by including national park and included private land.
Improved water efficiency techniques are being attributed to the saving of more than 5 billion litres of water across the Hunter in the past 5 years. Since plans for the proposed Tilligra Dam were scrapped, Hunter Water implemented a program to reduce water usage with a focus on heavy industry, which uses tens of millions of litres of water each year. Nick Kaiser from Hunter Water says several strategies produced outstanding results.
One of the biggest savings that we've made is through providing recycled water to what was our largest customer, Orica. So a new $75 million plant over at Still River in Mayfield provides Orica now with 3.3 billion litres of recycled water per year. Now that's water that otherwise would have been coming from our dams.
Sport for our sponsor, Warners Bay Sports Club, Fishing Expo, September 13.
Former Brisbane and New South Wales Origin forward Terry Madison is the latest candidate to put their hand up for the top job at the Newcastle Knights. Madison was one of 4 candidates interviewed by Knights officials earlier this week as they attempt to replace former coach Rick Stone. The 48-year-old is yet to hold a head coach position, but has had stints at the Roosters, Brisbane and London Broncos in various coaching positions. Meanwhile, Knights skipper Kurt Gidley could see himself in the number 6 jersey when Newcastle meet the Tigers on Saturday. The 33-year-old has volunteered to move from his preferred position of fullback in order to counter the threat of Tigers utility James Tedesco. Interim coach Denny Badiris says young gun Jake Memo will have a huge responsibility being moved to fullback.
There's a lot goes into playing fullback for Jake Memo, especially in a learning development stage that he's got, and getting the numbers right, communication and all those things that you have to work on.
And in surfing, Merriweather surfer Ryan Callanan will have to rely on 2 competitors withdrawing in order to compete in the World Championship Tour event at Taupo after exiting in the semi-finals of the trials this week. That's sport. I'm Emily Crowe.
2 NURFM News Time 25 to 8.